So, you guys wanted it, and it's here.
Hello.
Oh my Lord.
Tyler is very enthused.
I don't want it. But, again, there was fans, and they want to see the deck. So.
I have fans. I have many fans. I have at least 3.
Let's get right into it, then.
Alright, so this is Last Warrior Turbo. Very good deck. Definitely bring it to every regional you go to.
Don't do it.
3 King of the Swamp. I think that's pretty obvious why you want that. Zombra. Free Zombra. Because that's one of your monsters for Last Warrior. 3 Mary. I just call it Mary because I don't know how to say words.
That's fair. I'll call it Mary too.
Yeah. Cyberstein. 1.
Broken.
It's that one.
Broken
I would play 3 of them if it was legal. 3 Ash because it's Ash Blossom.
Yeah, it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Ash and Brand Fusions is always a thing.
Yep.
And that's all the monsters you play?
That's all the monsters. And then I'll do the spells, I guess. 3 Pot of Prosperity. If you don't have money for Prosperity, steal them from someone that you don't like.
That's fair. Like Birdman Joe.
Yeah, steal them from your local Birds player.
Oh my Lord.
2 Pot of Desires.
Because you don't care what you banish.
Yeah, it doesn't. Because there's almost no way you're going to banish all 3 of one of the monsters and all 3 King of the Swamps. So, like,
that's fair.
You'll be
Do
okay.
these ever conflict? Like, did you ever have a hand where you had both of these in hand?
Yeah, so, I did have hands where I had both of them in hand. In that case, I would usually go with Prosperity because it doesn't really matter if you banish anything from the extra deck besides Last Warrior.
Mm-hmm. So everything else is kind of free.
Yeah, so Prosperity is nice because, you just get to add whatever out of those top 6.
And those are OGs too.
Yep.
Original
It's
Prince.
because I'm rich. It's definitely because I have money and not for other reasons.
That's
Anyways.
Drug trade's real.
2 Fusion Recycling Plants.
So explain this card. I don't think anyone's seen this card in a hot minute.
So this is just, you play it and it just gets you discard a card, you get Poly.
Free. It's a free poly.
Yeah, free Poly. You discard a card, but like free Poly. And also, if you have it on field the turn that you special summon Last Warrior, you can add one of the monsters that you used to special summon them back to hand.
So you get to recur your resources.
So yeah, you can. So even if you use like King of the Swamp to summon them, you can add King of the Swamp back to hand, which is just nice. In case you're.
I was scared when you showed this. I was like, I don't know what deck you're playing. But you start fusing something, I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah. Free Poly, because.
It is.
Yep.
Pseudo like the win button. If you can't fuse something, what can you do?
Fusion Conscription.
And what does this card do?
So this, you reveal monster from your extra deck, fusion monster from your extra deck, and it, you can add one of the. It's basically fusion deployment, except you cannot summon the monster you add, or activate its effects.
Okay, that's fair.
And
it's really turbo.
Yeah, and since the effects of both Mary and Zombra suck,
You're never gonna activate them?
You never use it. I've normal summoned Zombra before, just to have something on those, like if I get D-barrier for fusion monsters or something, like just because he has 2100 attack for a level 4 monster. That's not bad.
Can you imagine having sprite monsters that can't swing over hill?
3 fusion deployment.
We've seen this card.
Yep.
Beautiful card, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm ashing it every time. 4 prospects.
1 Rhoda.
Ash it immediately.
Yeah. Power of the Guardians. That'll protect your boy and also give him 500 extra attack for each spell counter. So every time he attacks, he gains 500 extra attack. Basically.
Oh lordy. He becomes a tank.
And then Acts of Despair. I'm thinking of just putting this one in the side because you only really need this if your opponent goes first and they put out a big beater and you can't get over it.
That's fair. 3350 is kind of rough.
Yeah, 3350 hard to get over. So if you have Acts of Despair, so I'll go into traps. Got 3 Imperm. I just realized something.
What'd you?
I forgot the crossouts.
We'll grab them.
Well, anyway, crossout designator is in this deck. Play it. It's very good against Imperm because Imperm knocks out your guy.
Yep, it hit me.
Yeah. Just pretend that I was smart.
And put crossout. That's
yes.
fine.
Anyways, okay. Dark Bribe. Also good against, Imperm, Dark Hole, whatever they're Regeki, whatever they're playing.
I tried to board wipe and got Dark Bribe.
Yeah.
GG's.
Dimension Guardian. I only play one of these. Could play more, potentially.
What does it do exactly? It's like
It just
protection.
protects him from
Being destroyed
battle
by
and
battle?
card effects.
What?
Yeah, the battle and card effects, and
I
then
think that's from the movie.
maybe I don't know. I don't know things. One Light of Intervention. Your opponent can't set monsters face down, so this just prevents your opponent from stalling by setting monsters.
Thank God that didn't get flipped on me. I would have just said,
Yeah.
this ain't getting uploaded. No ninjas get to play.
Ooh, yeah.
This
Play
is
3
what-
of this card against your local ninjas player
You need to
because you
stop
hate
it.
them.
Tribute my stuff? You can't set.
Extra deck, 3 Last Warrior, and then whatever the hell you feel like putting in there because you're not going to use any of it.
That's fair. As long as you have him, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
3 of him. Everything else
12 free cards.
is for the prosperity.
That's fair.
Inside, got 3 Regeki. You could main this card, just depends.
It's a fair board wipe.
It's just board
Not once
wipe.
per turn, you just should.
Yeah. Lightning Storm, same reason. Harpy's Feather Duster. I picked that card up wrong. Please forgive me.
Mr. No.
Mr. No, Solemn Judgment, yeah. Because, yeah.
And this card
Evenly-
says you better not have a token on the field.
Yeah. And then only 2 Waking the Dragon on the side because it might come up in. It's more likely to come up in the game 2 or anything if they're like trying to get rid of like Light of Intervention
And they
or
may accidentally
like.
hit this card.
Yeah, and then they accidentally hit it, and then you summon out another one, and they're like,
GG's with the next game.
GG
is
next
fair.
game. Yeah.
So I'd also like to include that we are playing cross-side in the deck as well. Me
Yeah.
personally, I am never want to be paired up against this ever again. I will immediately concede the match. Again, thank you for the profile. And never again shall we ever have this on the channel. Is that right, Birdman Joe? Tell him.
Never.
Never.